Welcome back to Odd Scoops. Today we're going to be making apple pie cheddar ice cream. So last week we went ahead and spun our wheel of flavor and it landed on apple pie cheddar. Now I'm really excited to try this because I've never actually had apple pie with cheddar, but I know especially in the New England area and in the South, apple pie with cheddar slices on top is actually very popular. I guess it's a really nice combo of the sweet and savory. So I've actually never tried them together, but I figured that'd be a really fun combo to try with ice cream, especially because lately I've been playing around with different cheeses in our ice cream. So game plan wise, I think this one's gonna be pretty straightforward. I think I'm gonna follow kind of the same formula I did for our pumpkin pie goat cheese, where we will head over to the stove, melt down the cheese, and then add the filling for the pumpkin pie. So yeah, let's head over to the stove and start making this. Okay, we're gonna start with our cup of milk. Okay, now this is all heated up. We're gonna add our slice of cheddar cheese, and then we'll make sure that's incorporated before adding the pie filling. Okay, it looks like our cheddar cheese is now fully integrated into this ice cream. So let's go ahead and add the pie. So I'm not going to use the exterior crust, but I am going to use this top crust that I kind of cut off. All right, next we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now I'm going to avoid using guar gum in this one because I feel like the pie crust and the pie filling will help thicken this so it doesn't need any additional thickener. Okay, I've been stirring this a while and most of the pie has broken down into there now, so I think it's ready to go ahead and take off the stove and pour in our Ninja Creami. All right, this is the final result here. Let's go ahead and pour it. All right, this is looking pretty good. I'm getting a really nice apple smell from this. And then I don't know if it's the light, but I think you can see a few spots in here where the cheddar cheese is still there. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the cheesiness of this plays into everything else. Because I know in previous versions, it's trying to find that right balance. And I know the cheese is gonna make this kind of more creamy and change the texture a little bit, but is the flavor of the cheddar going to come through, or is the apple going to overpower it? So that's one thing I'm looking for this. But right now I'm pretty happy with how this looks. The remaining chunks will get blended up later, so I'm not worried about that at all. And I think the pie filling plus the pie crust that we added, that will be a good way to thicken this ice cream on its own. So yeah, I think let's go ahead and put this in the freezer. Check on it tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. Let's see how this turned out. Now this is looking really good. This looks pretty much how I was envisioning this ice cream to look. I wasn't sure how much of the yellow color from the cheddar was gonna come through, but I was expecting this kind of tan apple pie color. Yeah, right now I'm getting like a nice apple smell from this. Not a lot of cheddar, but I feel like the cheddar part's going to come more in the taste and not the flavor, because I think the apple's going to be the significantly stronger flavor. So yeah, this looks good. It looks like it froze pretty well. So I'm excited to go ahead and blend this up. And there it is. This is looking promising already. We kind of got these kind of weird strands going on, but this looks like it's kind of held up the thickness that we were wanting. I'm definitely getting a little more of the cheddar smell on this, so it has this weird kind of like, I don't know, I'm not sure how to describe it. It's just like, you could tell it's apple and then there's like something else. But I'm excited to taste this to see kind of how that flavor is incorporated in with the apple pie. Consistency wise, this is looking great, especially because we were just using the pie filling and the crust to kind of thicken it. So that's off to a good start there. Yeah, I think we're ready to go ahead and serve this up and taste it. Okay, then next I'm gonna top this with some shredded cheddar cheese. And I'm also gonna put some pie crust on top there as well. And behold, there is our apple pie cheddar ice cream. This looks really cool. I think the only thing that's kind of off-putting for this is the shredded cheese on top, but I think that'll add to this and still pay homage to what this is based off of. There's a good look at that. All right, yeah, I think there's really nothing left to say about this. This looks good. I have high hopes for this. But I've also never had cheddar and apple pie together before, so that's going to be an interesting first time experience. So yeah, let's go ahead and taste it. Bon appetit.
That is good goulash. No, that is good.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, maybe we're wrong. You know.
No.
Okay, that is not bad. I'm gonna go for a second bite without any of the toppings just to make sure the flavor is actually in the ice cream. Yeah, that is super good. Tastes exactly like apple pie. The cheddar comes through kind of as the aftertaste, but it still is very subtle because the apple flavor is so much stronger. Like if you handed this to me and didn't tell me what it was, I would think it would be apple pie. I wouldn't be getting a lot of the cheddar from it. I think having the pie chunks and the cheese on top is a fun addition, and it doesn't really detract from anything. One thing I will say is it is a little bit grainy, and I believe that is from all of the pie crust I added when I was first making the ice cream. So I think I added too much of that because I've added pie crust before and it's been fine, but I think there was just too much of it and all of that wasn't completely able to dissolve. Something, if you were wanting to make the cheddar pop a little bit more, I might add a little bit more salt to this just to kind of like emphasize that cheese a little bit more. But other than that, this is a really good ice cream. So because of all of this, I'm getting the apple pie cheddar a 4.5 scoops out of 5. This is really close to perfect. I think the only thing keeping me from giving this a perfect 5 is the fact that the cheddar isn't as strong as you would expect, which is odd because I added an entire slice and some shredded cheese in there. Yeah, I would say if you are making this at home, add more cheddar and hopefully that kind of helps enhance it. I will say this added a lot of creaminess to it, which I'm not complaining about at all. That part was great. So, but if you're wanting more of that kind of cheddar taste along with the apple, you're gonna have to add more to compensate because the apple flavor is so strong. So apparently apple pie and cheddar isn't just a weird thing, it actually works. And it works in ice cream too. Yeah, I think this is definitely worth your time trying to make this at home. Okay, it's time to spin the wheel. All right, looks like we landed on viewer's choice. And let me go check and see what won. All right, this one was super close, but it looks like that the chocolate apple hazelnut ended up being the winner. So I'll see you guys next week for that one.